Hi everybody, Lee here. You ever been sitting there doing absolutely nothing and out of nowhere a thought hits you? Mine was, when did I get old? I was eating some strawberries when the thought came across. I wasn't tired, I wasn't hurting, wasn't even thinking about my age. As a matter of fact, I was kind of like thinking about my next video. And somehow, right in the middle of doing nothing, that question showed up. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was kind of quiet. So let me show you that moment, what it actually feels like, and what it might look like to somebody else who's watching you. Let's take a look. You're sitting there, just eating. Not rushing, not distracted, not trying to get to the next thing. You know, your hands are moving slow and steady. You're enjoying those strawberries. You got the same rhythm, the same pace. If you're the one, that's in that moment, it feels like peace. Nothing is pulling on you for once. No clock, no pressure, no real reason to hurry. But guess what? If someone younger just happened to walk by, they might not see it that way. They see you still sitting quiet, not saying much. You're looking down, taking your time. You know what, to them, it might look like you slowed down, like you don't have the same urgency anymore. But to you, you finally ain't rushing. Your hand keeps moving, but your mind slips just a little. Not in a big memory way. You ain't regretting nothing. You're just quiet. Just drifting along. So, if you're the one feeling it, guess what? It feels natural. Like your mind just loosens its grip for a second. Like you're giving yourself space without even trying. But from the outside, somebody else might catch that moment different. They might notice you pause a little bit longer than usual. Your eyes stay in one place just long enough. To them, it might look like you lost focus. Like you're not sharp as you used to be. But to you, you just stop pushing the same old thoughts. And then it happens. You think, when did I get old? It didn't come from being scared. It didn't come from being sad. It just showed up like any other thought would. If you're the one hearing it, it feels out of place because nothing around you matches the question. You're not in pain, like I said. You're not struggling. You're just sitting there. But if someone saw you right then, they wouldn't see any of that. They just see you holding your food for a second longer than you usually do. Maybe your eyes don't move. Maybe your face doesn't change. To them, nothing happened. But to you, something just shifted. You don't react big. You don't put the food down. The strawberries are good. You don't say anything out loud. You just check yourself quietly. You move your fingers a little, almost like you making sure they're still moving. You shift your head. You shift your seat just enough to feel your body respond. If you're the one doing it, you're asking yourself without saying it. You're trying to feel, do I feel different? Is something changed? But from the outside, it looks like a small adjustment. Somebody else might not even notice it. And if they do, it don't mean anything to them. They just see comfort. They don't see the question behind it. So, you go right back to eat. You're at the same pace, the same movement, the same taste. Nothing changed. And that's the part that don't sit right because you're inside that moment. You're thinking, why would I even think that right now? There's you didn't get a trigger. You didn't get a warning. It came from no reason. Just a quiet moment. A question that don't belong there right now. But from the outside, everything looks the same. You're just sitting there, finishing your food. You calm, quiet, and still. To them, this is just a person eating. To you, guess what? This is a moment you didn't expect. So you sit there a little longer now. Not eating fast, not moving as much. Not because you can't, because now you're aware. Now you kind of like watching yourself. You know, with that thought, when did I get old? You know what? You notice how long you're sitting. You notice how slow you move. Not because anything changed now, but because now, this is the funny part, you're seeing it. Now, if you're the one inside that moment, it feels like you just saw something you can't unsee. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But from the outside, someone younger might notice you didn't speak up as quick as you do. You didn't speak up as quick anymore. You pause longer before you answer. That's what they thinking. You let things pass that you might have said before. You can see the questioning on their face. To them, it might look like you're just being quiet, maybe. Or maybe even pulling back a little bit. But to you, you're not pulling back. As a matter of fact, you're watching, you're measuring. You're really thinking about this. Is this how I look now? What's going on here? Dang. When did I get old? And that's where it changes. Not in your body, not even in that moment, but in how you start moving after that moment. Because you know what? Once you see it, you don't just go back to doing nothing anymore. Keep thinking, when did I get old? I'm trying to figure this out now. Now every quiet moment feels like it might be saying something. So, the dilemma is this. When you start noticing yourself like that, do you stay the same? Or do you slowly start pulling back? Even without even meaning to. Well, you know what I'm getting ready to say now. If this video meant something to you, or you felt a little something, or you saw a little something, don't forget to subscribe and comment. And guess what? I'll see you with the next video.